Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series for NATA and JEE-2 preparation. Today on day 4, we will be looking into the topic of important flags and important symbols, which is also one of the most important topics from NATA point of view. So let me first briefly take you through the overall structure so that you get an understanding on where we are with respect to the 51-day course. As you are aware, in this 51-day series, we are covering the entire syllabus of NATA and also JEE Paper 2 for this year. So we have divided the overall syllabus into 8 modules, and today we are still in module number 1, that is basics of design. Under this module basics of design, we will be completing this module in 4 classes. We have already completed day 1, day 2 and day 3. The videos are already out on the same YouTube channel. If you have not yet watched either of day 1 or day 2 or even day 3, go back and check the video first, complete those 3 videos and then come to this day 4, because we are doing it in a systematic manner to cover the entire syllabus. Having a dedication, having a focused, structured preparation is very crucial for competitive exams like NATA and JEE, and that is where we play an important role in your preparation. So follow this module structure and you will cover the entire syllabus. This day 4 today, we will cover the topic of important symbols and flags. Symbols relate to icons, various icons used inside buildings, or various symbols used in general day-to-day life, traffic signs. So we'll have a brief idea on all these various symbols which are used in our day-to-day lives, and also some important flags in this video. We will do it in a structured manner, category wise, not randomly looking into pictures or looking into icons. We will do it in categories like religious symbols, traffic signs, so and so, right? So let us start firstly by looking into the religious symbols. So as I told you, we will do it in pointers, religious symbols, and then we will cover even within religious symbols we will do religion by religion in NATA examination. If you want to understand what type of questions are actually asked from this part, you can actually go and check the video which we have put on the same YouTube channel, where we have a video on discussion on how to solve logo and symbol based questions. So in that we have already discussed the last 2 or 3 years of symbol and logo based questions. So have a look at that. Generally questions are what is the meaning of this symbol? They'll give a symbol and ask you what is the meaning of it, or they will ask you which of the following is not a religious symbol, which of the following is not a correct traffic sign. You can get such questions. So it is very important that you categorize and then study all these various signs and symbols and also flags. So let us start firstly. The first category we are looking into is religious symbols, and within religious symbols we will categorize it into religions, mainly 3 prominent religions. We will first discuss some important symbols of Christianity, some important religious symbols of Islam, some important religious symbols of Hinduism, and then some other religions. We will discuss the important symbols of all other religions briefly. So that is how we will cover the first category, that is religious symbols. So let us start. It is always better in your preparation, if you look into or understand symbols, try to go to the basics of it. What is the meaning of it, which group it comes under? If you know these basic concepts, it will be very useful for your preparation. So under the religious symbols of Christianity, there are various symbols represented on the screen. I will discuss them, but before that, you all are aware in Christianity the most important symbol is a cross. What is cross? It is basically a shape on which Jesus Christ was crucified. That is the most important symbol. So what you see over here, this is the most popular symbol of Christianity, or main religious symbol of Christianity. So let us have a look at the other symbols as well. The star, this is known as the Star of Bethlehem. It is said that when Jesus Christ during the birth of Jesus Christ, the star came up, North Star or Star of Bethlehem. So this is known as Star of Bethlehem. Bethlehem is the place where Jesus Christ was born. So if you see, how many points does it have? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it is an 8-pointed star, because the number of points also is important. There are 6-pointed stars, there are 8-pointed and 9-pointed stars in religious symbols. So remember, Star of Bethlehem is generally represented as a 8-pointed star. So that is number 1, with a longer tail generally. 8-pointed star with a longer tail generally. Even Islamic star also is an 8-pointed star. We will discuss that moving ahead. Other than that, cross is an important symbol in Christianity. So various types of cross are used as religious symbols. You can get a question even like, which of the following is not a religious cross symbol in Christianity? So these are various cross symbols which are used in Christianity. Let us briefly go through the names of these various types of cross. A bisymmetrical cross. What is a bisymmetrical cross? A cross which is symmetrical on both vertical and horizontal axis. If you cut it vertically, it is two equal pieces. If you cut it horizontally, also it is two. All other stars are only unisymmetrical. That's symmetrical only along this vertical axis. If you cut it along the horizontal line into two halves, are they equal? No. This is a bisymmetrical cross. All the remaining ones are only symmetrical along the vertical axis. They are not symmetrical along both the axes, right? So that is a basic difference. And bisymmetrical cross in Christian religious symbols is known as a Greek cross. This is not referred to as a Greek cross, and this it's a cross with an elongated central line. This is known as a Latin cross. Latin cross was this shape of the cross on which Jesus Christ was crucified. So that is Latin cross. The inverted version of Latin cross is known as Saint Peter's cross. Saint Peter's cross. This also is a religious symbol in Christianity. It is said Saint Peter was the first pope of Roman Catholicism, and this particular when Saint Peter was crucified, he actually asked to be crucified on an inverted cross because he felt he was not worthy of being crucified on a similar cross of that of Jesus Christ. So that is how it is known as Saint Peter's cross. Then you have a cross with an additional horizontal wing. This is generally this type of cross is referred to as a patriarchal cross. Patriarchal cross. And this particular cross, this additional horizontal member provided on the top, that represents the nameplate. Basically, when Jesus Christ was crucified on this cross, on the top of it, a small wooden panel with INRI was mentioned. INRI stands for, it was basically the name of the Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, was written in Latin over there when he was crucified. So this symbolizes that additional nameplate. Basically, this is patriarchal cross. And a cross with three horizontal lines, this is known as a papal cross. It is a symbol for the Pope, who is the religious head in the Vatican City of Roman Catholicism. So this is known as a papal cross. So these are various types of cross which are used in Christianity. There is one more cross also known as orthodoxal cross, in which it is similar to patriarchal cross, just that it has an additional it also has one more member, a slant horizontal line over here. So this also is a religious symbol in orthodoxal Christianity. It is known as an orthodoxal cross, something like that, right? So these are the various types of cross. And so just to recall the overview, in the religious symbols of Christianity, there is Star of Bethlehem, and then you have the various types of cross. Last year's NATA 2022 exam, there was a question in which they asked which of the following is not a religious symbol, and in the option Star of Bethlehem was also given. So you have to know, okay, Star of Bethlehem is a religious symbol of Christianity. It is important that you know the details of various religious symbols. So that is about the first set within the religious symbols. Now let us move to the second set in religious symbols, that is important religious symbols in Islamic in the religion of Islam, right? There are three important symbols here which are shown in the religious symbols of Islam. The first one is the most popular symbol, which is the crescent and the star. A five-pointed star with a crescent, sometimes even a six-pointed star is also used. So this is basically crescent. Crescent is basically that moon and star. Crescent and star symbol became an important symbol in Islam mainly after Ottoman Empire, because in the Ottoman flag this symbol was used, and even in today's time, lot of Islamic countries, including one of our neighbors, Pakistan, uses this particular symbol in the flag, national flag, that is crescent and a star. It is generally in a rotated orientation in the flag of Pakistan. So that is the first important religious symbol of Islam. The second important religious symbol of Islam, this is referred to as the seal of prophet, which is a star profile created using two squares. If you look at its profile, it is formed using two squares. One square in this having 4 points. Then you have one more rotated square creating 4 more points. So total, it is an 8-pointed star created using two squares, and this is known as the seal of prophet. Seal of the prophet. It is an 8-pointed star. 8-pointed star which is created using two rotating squares. A similar 8-pointed star with two squares and a central circle, this particular symbol is referred to as Islamic star. So Islamic star is a religious symbol which basically is created using two rotating squares with an 8-pointed star profile. So these are the important religious symbols of Islam and the religious symbols of Islam. So we have discussed the important religious symbols of Christianity, important religious symbols of Islam. That is the second category in the first set. Uh, Let us now look into the third set, that is important religious symbols in Hinduism. Let us discuss the important religious symbols of Hinduism. So there are a lot of religious symbols even in Hinduism, but the most important and the most widely used one is the symbol of Om. Om is a symbol which basically signifies the universe and the birth of universe and the source of universe basically. So it is the eternity of the universe. So that symbol is considered to be the most important symbol in Hinduism. That is the symbol of Om. Then you also have swastika. The religious symbol of swastika is not only important in Hinduism, but this is also an important religious symbol not only in Hinduism but also important in Jainism and also in Buddhism. So even Jainism, Buddhism, also even in these religions also swastika is an important symbol, and a symbol of swastika also is popular in many other religions across the world, traditional religions in Africa, and also this symbol was traditionally used, but it is most closely associated with Hinduism. There is also a swastika, rotated swastika at 40 degrees, 45 degrees, that was used as a symbol during Nazi Germany during World War II or before World War II. It was a symbol of Nazi flag. So that is a different symbol. However, it is a rotated one. But this is a religious symbol in Hinduism, Jainism, and also Buddhism. This is known as swastika. I hope you're maintaining a note. These are very simple symbols, so it is always convenient if you just sketch them quickly and maintain your notes. Not just watching the video and remembering things. You have to remember and mark my word, have to maintain your notes. That is the most important thing wherever you're studying from. You cannot say, oh, we are providing you free study notes already in the KP Classes app. You can download the app and have a reference of that notes. But even then, if you're watching the video or if you're using the free study material from KP Classes app, or you're purchasing a study material and learning from that, in any of these cases, it is always crucial to maintain your own handmade notes, because that is the way in that way you will remember better. And also you will have something to revise from. When you draw yourselves and when you revise during the examination, you will recall all the points associated with that in your brain in a better manner, not just reading from books. Maintain your notes, that is very crucial. So draw these symbols quickly, and you can also remember, make a notes of it. That way you will remember better. So that is swastika, an important religious symbol in Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism. It is associated to be a symbol of prosperity and also sun god. So the next one, this is the trident symbol, which is known as Trishul. Trishul symbol is associated with one of the most important gods in the Trinity of Hinduism, that is Shiv. So Trishul is the symbol for Shiv, and this is also in English referred to as trident because it is a three-pointed weapon which is used. So trident or Trishul, that also is an important religious symbol. And the final important religious symbol here is lotus. Lotus again is a symbol for prosperity. It is said that the goddess Lakshmi, that is goddess of prosperity, sits on a lotus. Not only that, even Brahma, one of the most important gods, also uses lotus to sit on it. So lotus is an important religious symbol associated with Hinduism. Not only Hinduism, lotus also is an important symbol even in Buddhism. Hinduism and also Buddhism. One of the important prominent religious people in Buddhism, that is Padmasambhava. Even from the name you see, his name was Padmasambhava. It is said that this great scholar or great person of Buddhism who is venerated and who is worshipped, he is said to have taken his birth in a lotus, Padmasambhava. So that is the reason the lotus is important in Buddhism also. It is an important religious symbol in Hinduism and also in Buddhism. So these are some important symbols in the Dharmic religion, that is in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. So that is about the Hindu symbols. As I already told you, you can access all these free study sources from the KP Classes app. Let me just briefly tell you where to access it, how to access it. Download the KP Classes app on Play Store. Just search for KP Classes NATA. You will get a lot of duplicate apps as well, but download the actual authentic one, which you can find with this particular logo, which you can also see on my shirt. So KP Classes, download that app. Once you download and sign up into it, you will find three horizontal bars on the left hand corner of the screen. When you open that, the side bar opens, tray opens up, and then you will find this option of study material. If you click on that, you will find the free study resources with respect to the content which we are discussing. So go and access to have as a reference. Other than this video, you can have that as your reference for your self study. So we looked into the important religious symbols of Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, the three largest religions in the world of today's time, as far as today's time is considered. Let us now look into the other prominent religious symbols of other religions as well. So the first one over here, this is the important religious symbol of Jainism. It is the symbol of a symbol of a palm with a circle in the center of it. It is said that this symbol represents non-violence. Non-violence is one of the most important principles of Jainism. So it symbolizes non-violence. This is a important religious symbol in Jainism. And in fact, inside this circle, generally, here it is black circle, but generally in the circle, sometimes the word ahimsa is written in the Devanagari script in Hindi. So ahimsa is written inside this circle generally. So it symbolizes ahimsa, that is non-violence, important principle of Jainism. That is one important religious symbol of Jainism. Next, the important religious symbol of Baha'i faith. Baha'i faith was a religion which took its birth in the 19th century in Iran, and there are a lot of proponents, or there are a lot of followers of this religion even in India and across the world. One very famous temple of Baha'i faith in India is the Lotus Temple. I hope you all know what is Lotus Temple, one of the most important architectural marvels in the modern architecture in our country. It is located in Delhi. Have a look at it. There was a question on Lotus Temple also in NATA once on identifying the building and where is it located. Lotus Temple is a building. We'll study, however, about important buildings moving further in the next module. But then remember that Baha'i faith is also a religion, and Lotus Temple is associated with Baha'i faith. And the important religious symbol in Baha'i faith is a 9-pointed star. You can see the number of points: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is an important number. It has a religious significance in Baha'i faith. So a 9-pointed star is used as a religious symbol in Baha'i faith. That is the next important religious symbol in the other religions. Next, you have the gateway. This is known as the Tori Gate. Tori Gateway is considered to be the entrance to the sacred spaces. In all the temples of Shintoism or Shinto religion is seen in Japan. So in these Japanese temples of Shinto religion, at the entrance of the temple, you will always find this Tori Gate. It is said when a person moves through this Tori Gate, you move into something which is sacred. So it is an important religious symbol associated with Shintoism. In Shintoism, the most important symbol is Tori Gate. Remember the name of it, Tori Gate. So it has this Japanese architecture represented in this Tori Gate. Then you have Taoism. Taoism is also an important religion popular in China, and this particular religion uses the symbol of yin yang. This symbol is a circle which is divided into two halves, not using a straight line but using a curve, into two equal halves. One part is black and the other is white, and this symbol is generally called as yin and yang. Yin yang or yin and yang. This symbol represents the opposing forces in nature, good and bad, positive and negative. So opposing forces create a balance in the universe. That is the basic ideology of yin and yang in Taoism. That is also a religious symbol. Coming to Sikhism. Sikhism also is one of the dharmic. In India, there are 4 dharmic religions: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, and then you have Sikhism. These are the 4 prominent dharmic religions. So the important religious symbol of Sikhism uses 3 swords. There are 2 swords of one-sided edge and a double-sided sword in the center with a circle. So remember, there are 4 elements. You try to remember. Sometimes in NATA exam, when they ask identify which of the following is not a religious symbol, say for example they give this but without that circle, it will not be a religious symbol if you just have those 3 swords, right? So sometimes, just to confuse you, the incorrect option will be a religious symbol but with something incomplete. probably if they give you this hand without that circle, that will not be a religious symbol. Even here, if you remove that circle, it is not a religious symbol. So identify all the elements and remember, in Baha'i faith it is a 9-pointed star. Remember the elements in Sikhism symbol. There are 3 swords, 2 single-sided, 1 double-sided sword in the center with the circle. That is an important religious symbol in Sikhism. Finally, some important religious symbols in Judaism. Firstly, it is a star. It is known as Star of David. This is known as Star of David. This is considered to be the most important symbol in Judaism. Star of David is formed using 2 equilateral triangles and it is a 6-pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Islamic star is an 8-pointed star created using 2 squares. Here it is a 6-pointed star created using 2 equilateral triangles. Star of David is a 2 equilateral triangles overlapping each other to form a 6-pointed star, which is an important symbol in Judaism. In fact, there is only one Jewish country in the world today, that is Israel. And in the flag of Israel, in the center of the flag of Israel, you find this same Star of David. We will study and discuss about flags moving ahead, and you will find the same Star of David represented in the flag of Israel also. So that is an important religious symbol in Judaism. One other important religious symbol of Judaism associated with Judaism is the symbol of this candle star. It is candle stand basically. This is a stand on which candles are placed inside the Jewish place of worship. So this particular symbol is known as menorah. Menorah is an important candle stand which is generally seen on in the center at the worship space in a Jewish synagogue. Synagogue is the place of, so you all know the religious buildings probably. In Hinduism we call it as temple, in Christianity it is called as church. In Islamic architecture it is known as mosque. The religious space of Islam is mosque. Similarly, the religious space of Judaism is known as a synagogue, and inside a synagogue you always will find this menorah, which is a 7 candle stand. There are 7 points where you can place the candle in it. So it is also an important religious symbol in Judaism. So we have categorized and discussed some 15 to 20 range of important religious symbols. 15 to 20 important religious symbols, categorizing it into groups: Christian, important symbols of Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and other religions. So revise them, download the free study material on the KP Classes app, and revise all the other symbols. We have provided additional symbols also there for your self-study. Have a look at all those symbols and remember, try to sketch and then remember. That would be the best way you can remember these things. Moving further, the next category is the important currency symbols. You can get questions associated with the symbols of currency as well. So the newest addition to the symbols of currency is the Indian rupee. Indian rupee is designed with the symbol of R in the Devanagari script, or even in English R, it has that profile of R rupee. So that is the reason you have this, and with the symbol of equality on the top. So that is, so using these horizontal lines is generally associated with the currency symbols. That's the reason you have these. This particular symbol was designed by a very prominent designer from IIT Guwahati. So even that person, he also has done his PhD and also has done his M design. Rupee symbol is what you all probably already might know about. So look into the other. Actually, this would be a good exercise. Try to look into, do some research from your end. Find out the name of the person who designed this rupee symbol. Put it into the comments of this video. That will be a good and interesting exercise for you all. You will easily find it on the internet. Search, look into it, and then put the name of that person who is the designer of the rupee symbol. Put it into the comment box of this video. So let us look into the other currency symbols also. Dollar, one of the most well-known or popular symbol. Dollar is the currency of United States and also many other countries. So this is the symbol for dollar. Then you have the symbol for euro. Euro is the Euro is the important. It is also a very prominent currency of the world, used in all the countries of European Union. There are around 27 countries of European Union. They all use the same currency of euro. So it uses that symbol of E with equality in between it. Then you have yen. Japanese yen uses the symbol of Y. with the symbol of equality again. Then you have pound. Pound is the important currency symbol of the United Kingdom. So pound uses the symbol of something like L with a horizontal line. Then you have franc. Franc is the currency of Switzerland. This is Swiss franc. Swiss franc uses the symbol of F with a horizontal bar cutting through it. So that is Swiss franc. Then you have ruble. Ruble uses this symbol something similar to P, because this is not based out of English script. It is based out of Russian script. This is the currency of Russia. Russian ruble uses the symbol of something like P in English and with the horizontal line. Then you have Turkish lira. Lira is the currency of Turkey. It uses these slant lines cutting through that symbol of lira. Then you have won. Won is the currency of Korea, mainly South Korea. So the South Korean won uses a W symbol with the horizontal lines cutting through it, like something like that. And rupee I already told you. And comment down, find out the designer of this rupee symbol and put the name into the comments below, and we sure will like all the correct answers, so that you also will know if it is correct or not. So that is the currency symbols, important currency symbols. So we discussed the important religious symbols, then we discussed the important currency symbols. Now let us move towards important traffic signs. There was a question in NATA 2022 on traffic sign also. Even before that, there have been few questions on traffic signs. So let us look into the representation of traffic signs in India. So for a full study of all the important traffic signs, you can download the free study material from the KP Classes app and have a look over there. We will briefly discuss few here in this video, because this is something very simple and you can yourself study and yourself have a look and you will remember the things. And if you want an even more structured study of all these symbols, you should purchase the KP Classes study material, which is the best in class study material, where we have categorized all the required content in a very well curated form. So looking into the other the important traffic symbols and traffic signs, let me discuss few important ones. There are a lot over here. Let me discuss some important ones. The first one, you can see this is the symbol for stop. In the symbol for stop or traffic sign for stop, you generally have so how many sides do you have? It is 1 2 3 4 5 6. A six-sided polygon is known as a hexagon. So you have a hexagon representing a concentric red hexagon in the center. That is the symbol for stop. Do not get confused. Many students tend to get confused between the symbol for stop and no parking. Stop is filled with a red hexagon completely, whereas no parking uses a diagonal red line. This is not stop, this is no parking. Don't get confused between stop and no parking. Stop symbol is generally used at railway crossings. Say if there is a railway bridge or railway crossing, at the start of it you have the stop symbol. Sometimes the words stop, stop also will be written in it. Sometimes you will just have a red hexagon. No parking uses the diagonal line. So generally people tend to get confused in this. Don't get confused in that part. Other than that, most of the signs are self-understandable. This is speed limit. The number will be written, the speed limit will be written inside a red circle. That is speed limit symbol. Other than that, this is horn prohibited. No horning, no honking. So horn prohibited. Then you have pedestrian prohibited. People cannot walk generally in only motorized roads, like in for example, if you visit cities like Hyderabad, there is outer ring road. The outer ring road of Hyderabad, there is no pedestrians and bikes are not allowed. So such symbols you will find in those places where people should not walk or cannot walk. Straight prohibitory, no entries in a straight direction. That is also so whenever you have a diagonal line, it means you're controlling or stopping something from happening. No horn, no walking, or no entry, no straight entry, no parking. So no, whenever you have something prohibited, prohibitory signs, these are called as prohibitory signs, you have a diagonal line in them. Other than that, this is left curve, right curve, narrow bridge. From the symbol itself, it is self-understandable. Pedestrian crossing is represented like this, with the zebra crossing and person moving on it. This symbol is falling rocks. Generally in the hill stations and in the ghat roads, if you travel in hilly areas, you will find such symbols where there is loose rock and there is a possibility of landslide or possibility of falling rock. This symbol is represented so that people should drive carefully in that place, and they should not go at very high speeds, because that can create vibrations and the rocks can fall. So this symbol is used. School ahead generally represents school going kids on it. 1 or 2 kids represented on the sign. Other than that, men at work or work under progress is represented like this, where a laborer sign is provided where he is working. So these are some important traffic signs and symbols which are used in India. For a full overall traffic science, you can go and look into the study material of KP classes. You can also purchase, I just told you a while ago about a study material which is structured into all the topics, each and every module. So there's a set of 8 books where you can find one book for each module. We are in module number 1 right now, so for that you can go through book number 1. So you'll get this full set. You can purchase it. Call us on that number which is displayed on the screen, which is 93544209668. You can also find the link in the description of this video. Contact us, purchase the full set of KP classes study material. It will be equally good like how we are teaching. I am sure that you all, we are receiving a lot of say praise from your end. I'm sure everyone is liking the content which we are providing here. You will equally appreciate our books as well. So consider purchasing a study material and the books on Amazon as well. Moving on to the next category of science, some important building signage inside the buildings, or inside if you go to a mall or a hospital, mainly public buildings. If you're in your house, you know where the bedroom is, where the toilet is, where the washroom is. You will know everything, where the staircase are, because a residential building is a private space. It is a private building. If you go to a public building, mall, hospital, there are a lot of people gathering in that public building. Everyone can go into it. It is a public building. In such public buildings, it is very important. Even metro stations, railway stations, all these are public buildings. In these public buildings, it is important to have proper building signage in public buildings. Otherwise, people won't know. You will keep on asking, where is the elevator, where is the steps, where are the escalators. So to avoid confusion in public buildings and allow ease of movement and ease of access to various spaces, you have some important building signage. Let us go through the important building signage and get an understanding on what do these signs mean. There was a question on building signage in NATA 2022 as well for 1 mark. So let us have an idea on the building signage. First and foremost, the first 4 symbols, these 1, 2, 3 and 4, these are associated with washrooms generally. So washrooms or toilet spaces which are designed specially for differently abled people. Differently abled people or physically handicapped. They could be motor disability, who cannot easily walk without crutches or wheelchair, or could be vision impaired people. So for all these people of so for universal access, there's a term used in architecture, universal accessibility. What is universal accessibility? Everyone can actually access it, be it a blind or a deaf or a say a person who cannot walk. So for all these people, when you design a washroom for people of for universal accessibility of differently abled people, this symbol is used. So this is known as the toilet designed for differently abled people, differently or universal accessibility of handicapped people. So that is the symbol which is used, a wheelchair symbol. Then you have male and female symbols represented for male and female toilet, male and female toilet. Then you have this symbol generally represented when there is a baby changing room. So for changing the diaper in a mall and all, if you go and visit, so there are some diaper changing stations also within, generally provided along with the female washrooms. So this symbol is provided to depict that there is a baby changing or diaper changing room also in that washroom. Then you have the symbol WC if there is water closet. Water closet is basically that commode in which is used by the people in the washroom. So that is WC symbol. Now these 4 are associated with toilet and washroom spaces. Differently able or universal accessibility, male and female, diaper changing station, and water closet. WC stands for water closet. Then you have the symbols in the second row. These are various symbols for vertical access. Vertical access is basically moving up and down. If you're going into a store, into a mall, there will be multiple floors: ground floor, first floor, second. How do you go from first floor to the second floor, or second floor to the third floor? So the access, this is known as vertical access, going from ground to the first floor, first to the second floor. So if you want vertical access either in up or downward direction, you need to access these symbols. So this is an upward moving escalator. The first 2 are escalators. There are upward moving and downward moving escalators. Based on the arrow, you can identify upward moving and downward moving escalators. This is the symbol for escalator. Then you have elevator. This is the symbol for elevator. Is basically a lift, elevator or lift. They can move up and down. So there are both symbols, up and down symbols. These can be used for both up and down movement. So that is elevators or lifts, escalators, elevators, and staircase. This symbol is for staircase. So there are three ways of vertical transport in buildings: staircase, elevator, escalator. So this is staircase, elevator, which is lift, and a escalator with upward and downward moving escalator. So these are various signage, building signage associated with vertical transport. Let us look into furthermore details of these building signage. Within the building signage, in the parking area, generally you have the symbol P. P stands for parking space. Other than that, you have these prohibitory signs. Generally in public spaces like malls, airports, you will find these symbols like pets are not allowed. You cannot take your pets in some malls and all such public spaces. So they use this signage, no pets allowed. The next one, this is no touching. Generally this symbol is used in museums and all. If you go to a museum where you should not touch the artifacts in it, so this symbol will be used do not touch. This is the symbol of no smoking. You will find the symbol of no smoking in your airplanes and airports and other public spaces, in bus stands, right? So parking space, no pets allowed, no touching, and no smoking. These are prohibitory signs, these three. Then you have few more additional building signage provided in the last row here. This symbol is used for restaurants or cafeteria with a fork and a knife. Generally use dustbin. That symbol is used to show that there is a dustbin and you have to use that. You should not litter your garbage on the floor. This is the symbol of I is generally used for information desk. If you are confused and want some help, you can go, you look for the symbol I and then have information desk there. And finally this is fire escape. Fire escape or exit, fire exit is basically a symbol which you need to look for in case of emergency. During fire evacuation, you have to look for this symbol and accordingly evacuate the building. So that is fire escape or fire exit symbol. So these are some important symbols of building signage. So we covered four categories. We looked into the important so we covered religious symbols first, and then we also discussed about these currency symbols. Then we also discussed about these traffic signs or traffic symbols, and then building symbols. For further more detailed list of all these, you can do your self study in the same manner which we are doing, categorize and then study the signage as much as possible. You can refer to our study material for that purpose. Studying is not sufficient, going through the videos is not sufficient. You have to also have enough practice. So do consider purchasing a test series. Link is in the description. Purchase a test series, purchase our books, purchase a study material, join into a classroom program. You can use our resources for your better preparation of NATA and JEE-2. Let us discuss the final category of today's video, that is important flags. There are approximately around 200 flags. There are 190 odd countries in the world, and you have around 200 flags for these territories and countries throughout the world. It is practically impossible to discuss all the 200 flags in this video, so we will try to discuss some important ones. But if you are interested, you can for sure study. In our study material, we have categorized them into groups, so it's not like randomly studying the flag. There's a method to it. You have to categorize, like flags with stars, flags with crescent and star, Islamic countries generally. So you can categorize into groups and then study. Access the study material, free study material. There are some flags, but you can find almost everything, all the important flags to be remembered in our study material set. Purchase a study material and do your structured way of preparation. But in this video, for the purpose of this video, we will discuss some important flags which you have to remember for sure for the examination. So let us discuss some important. There have been questions of identifying flags in NATA also previously. So let us look into the important national flags. Firstly, three uncommon shapes. Of the 200 flags of the world, almost all flags are rectangular in shape with a different length and breadth. The ratio can be different. Each flag has a different ratio of length and width, but there are three flags in the world, in all the countries, which are not a rectangle. Technically a square also is a rectangle, but of all the countries there are two flags which are square in shape and only one flag which is neither a square nor a rectangle. I hope you all know this flag. Can you comment down the answer? I will not tell the name of this particular flag. I want you to comment down the answer. I can give you a hint. It is one of the neighbors of India. One of the neighbors. When I ask some question, don't wait. Don't just think your answer and leave it. Pause the video. That way you will also get your class. So moving ahead, we'll discuss about the neighbors of India and I will tell you the name. But then I want you to comment right now so that you also know if you're following the lecture or not. We also will understand if you're getting involved into the lecture or not. So that is first uncommon shape. This particular country's flag uses two right angle triangles overlapping each other. So you have a right angle triangle here and an overlapping right angle. So there are two overlapping right angle triangles with a star and a crescent symbol representing sun and moon. So that is first uncommon shape. Other than that, there are only two flags which are square in shape and both are European countries. This first one, a square, is divided into yellow and white part, and in the white part you have the symbol of Pope with the two keys, one gold key and a silver key with a crown in the center. It is the papal crown. So this is the symbol for Pope. So this is the flag of Vatican City, the smallest country in the world in terms of area. So this is Vatican City. The flag of Vatican City is a square flag. Other than that, the next one, this is a Greek cross represented. Greek cross is a bisymmetrical cross, I told you. A red background with a plus sign, basically a type of cross. This is the cross. This is the flag of Switzerland. It is the Swiss flag. Switzerland, both are European countries. Swiss flag or Switzerland's flag and Vatican City, these are square in shape. Other than that, comment down your answer, the flag of this particular, which country this flag belongs to. These are the only three flags which are not a rectangle of different length and breadth. Technically these are rectangles, but then every square is a rectangle, but then I'm talking about rectangles of different length and breadth, right? So these are uncommon shapes. Remember these three uncommon shapes, three flags, because there are only three flags of uncommon shapes. Coming to the neighbors of India, let us now discuss our vicinity, India and the surroundings. You all know the flag of India. It has three colors. It is a tricolored flag. It's known as tricolor: saffron, white, and green. And then you have the Dharma Chakra with 24 spokes in the center. There will be 24 lines in the central wheel. So that is the flag of India. Let us discuss the neighbors of India. There are 7 neighbors. Neighbor as in a country which is having a land boundary or a maritime boundary. There are 6 countries which have land boundary with India. One country which has sea boundary or maritime boundary with India. That is Sri Lanka. This has maritime boundary, and then the others are land boundary countries. So let us try to discuss the neighbors of India and the flags of them. This is the flag of China. The flag of China uses 5 pointed stars with red background. Red background, yellow stars on it, and there are 5 stars. One large star in the center here, and then you have 4 smaller stars forming a curvilinear shape like that. So try to observe, remember the number of stars. One large star and 4 smaller stars, total 5 stars in the flag. That is China's flag. Then this is the flag of Bhutan. The flag of Bhutan has a dragon. Dragon is associated religiously to this country of Bhutan. So it is a 2-colored flag with 2 colors and a dragon represented overlapping in both the colors. That is the flag of Bhutan. Then you have the flag of Pakistan. Pakistan has white part and then the green part. In the green part you have the Islamic symbol of the crescent and star, which is rotated. It is not a straight crescent like this. It is a rotated crescent, upward rotated crescent, and this is the flag of Pakistan. That is one more neighbor of India. The next other neighbor of India having a land boundary is Nepal. I hope you all commented down the correct answer already in this video. This is the flag of Nepal, which uses 2 right angle triangles with a sun and a moon represented on it. Then you have the flag of Bangladesh. Bangladesh has a green background with a red circle which is not in the center. Observe carefully. The circle is not in the center. This is the center. It is slightly towards the hoisting part. So that is a red circle on a red dot on a green background. This is the flag of Bangladesh. Then you have the flag of Myanmar. Flag of Myanmar it is a tricolored flag with a 5-pointed star in the center. This is Myanmar. One more country which has land boundary with India. Last one is the 7th neighbor of India. It has a maritime border with India, and this is the flag of Sri Lanka, which has three colors represented on it, with a yellow background obviously. So yellow background and then three colors. So total there are four colors, with a lion represented holding a sword. This is the Sinhala flag or Sri Lanka flag of Sri Lanka. So these are some important flags of the neighbors of India you can remember. So this is how you need to prepare. We looked into flags of uncommon shape, first category. Then we looked into India and India's neighbors. Then we'll discuss some random important flags. But you can continue categorizing like this: flags with stars, flags with a crescent and star, flags with multiple stars. You can flags with tricolor, flags with horizontal bands. You can categorize and then study. Such a structured notes of all the flags is available in the KP classes study material, so you can purchase that and study in your structured manner. So that is about the neighbors of India. Now let us discuss some other important flags across the world, right? Some random important so important in terms of large countries and large economies. You can remember these flags in addition to what we already categorized and discussed. This first flag which you see over here, this is the flag of Japan. Japan's flag has a similar red circle like that of Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, it is green background with a red circle in it. Here in Japan, it is a white background with a red circle in it. But here it is a central one. In Bangladesh, it is slightly off-centered, the circle. Here it is in the center. This is the flag of Japan. Then you have the flag of United States. The flag of United States has 13 lines, red and white, alternating red and white. It has 13 lines because it represents the 13 colonies of United States. When United States was formed, there were 13 colonies which came together. So these horizontal lines represent the 13 colonies originally which were part of the United States. And on the left hand corner, you have stars represented. And there are 50 such stars over here because there are 50 states in United States. So this flag of United States, it's not constant always. Originally there were only 49. Later, when Hawaii became a part of United States, one more flag, one more star was added on. So if there is a new state added to United States, a new star will be added in this flag. So number of stars is always number of states in that country. So 13 lines with 50 stars. This is the flag of United States. Then you have the flag of South Africa. This is the largest economy in African continent. This is the flag of South Africa. South African flag is one of the few flags in the world which have that white shape of composition with a triangle and two trapeziums divided using a triangular part. There are only two flags in the world which have such profile. Other than South Africa, try to comment down the answer, try to find from yourself, from your end, at least one other country which has a flag of such composition with a Y symbol other than South Africa. If you are not able to find your answer, you should purchase, you can look into the study material of the KP classes and you will for sure find that symbol over there. So that is South Africa's flag. Then you have the flag of Canada. The flag of Canada has three rectangles with the central white part in which you have the flag, the leaf, which is a symbol of Canada itself. Comment down your answer again, try to find, because I ask you to comment down the answers because when you do your research from your end, I can tell you the name, but if you do your research from your end, that way you will remember for a longer duration. Look for what leaf is this, which tree's leaf is it, try to check that, which is synonymous with the symbol of Canada. Comment down your answer for this question also. So Canada's flag has a leaf in the center. Which leaf, you need to comment down the answer. Then you have the flag of Russia. Russia's flag also is a tricolor with white, blue and red. So simple tricolor flag without any other ornamentation. That is flag of Russia. And finally, I already told you about this symbol. This is a religious symbol. It is called a Star of David, a religious symbol in Judaism. I told you this is the only Jewish country in the world which is Israel. This is the flag of Israel. Israel's flag has a Star of David represented in the center with white and blue composition. So these are some other important flags other than the neighbors of India and common shapes. Finally, five more important flags. Let us quickly discuss them also, and we can end the lecture with that. This tricolored flag again with a black, red and yellow composition. This is the flag of Germany. All these are European countries, not necessarily part of European Union, but are European continent countries. The flag of Germany is a tricolor with black, red and yellow. Then you have the flag of France. This is the flag of France. If you see the flag of France and flag of Italy Both are somewhat similar. White in the center, red in the corner. Only this part is changing. Here it is blue, navy blue, and here it is green. That is the only difference, right? So this is the flag of France and this is the flag of Italy. How to remember? You can remember India's name starts with I. Italy also starts with I. So it is similar to the tricolor of India in terms of composition. Obviously not same because we have saffron, not red. But the other part, at least green and white, that is somewhat similar to India. So remember that way. Italy starts with I. India starts with I. It is also tricolor. India also is a tricolor. But India has horizontal tricolor. This is vertical tricolor with red, not saffron. So there are differences, but it is similar. That is the flag of India, Italy. This is the flag of France. So these are again two European countries, and this one is one of the most prominent flags in the world because there are a lot of other countries also. To be specific, I think there are 4 more countries which have this symbol in their flag. So Commonwealth countries, obviously. This is the symbol for the flag for United Kingdom. This is also called as the Union Jack. So this Union Jack flag is the flag of United Kingdom. In some other countries, flags like Australia or flag of New Zealand, you will find the Union Jack on the corner, on the top left corner generally. So there are 4 or 5 more countries which use the Union Jack inside their flag. They place it inside their flag. So Union Jack is also a category of flags in our study material. When you study, you will find all the flags with United Jacks, with the Union Jacks represented in one place, so that you can remember the names in a better manner. So that is Union Jacks. Then you have the final flag. This is the flag of Greece. How to remember Greece flag? It is composed out of blue and white, and you have a Greek cross here. We studied about Greek cross in the religious symbols of Christianity. A bisymmetrical cross like a plus sign. I told you this is called as a Greek cross. There are few more. We discussed one more country with the Greek cross, that is Switzerland flag. If you remember the flag of Switzerland, even here it has a Greek cross plus sign. Similarly, even in the flag of Greece also you find a Greek cross on the top left part. Other than that, you have alternating blue and white lines. I hope you have learned something through this video. Most importantly, not learning everything but understanding the structure. That was the motive of today's lecture. Follow this same structure, implement it in your self preparation. Take resources from authentic sources. You can study it from the internet also, but if you don't want to waste your time by searching into random sources here and there, you can use the KP classes resources. We provide you free study resources, but for full length study you can purchase the study material. Use these authentic study resources. Follow the structured plan in your self preparation. That way you can remember all what is important for NATA and JEE-2 examination. And I hope this video was helpful to you. Like this video, do subscribe to the channel to get regular updates of the further videos. We will try to upload 2 lectures per week regularly moving further. So do stay tuned and share this with your friends so that everyone gets benefit of this free 51-day lecture series. Thank you, and we will meet very soon in the next video.